started with the sound of dripping water. At first, Hannah thought it was nothing more than a leaky pipe, a soft, irregular plink, plink, plink that always seemed to come from above her bedroom. The house was old, after all. Her grandmother had left it to her, and Hannah often joked that the place creaked like an old man's bones. But the dripping only happened at night, at exactly 2:15 in the morning, and no matter how many times she checked the pipes, the roof, or the bathroom sink, she could never find the source. Still, she told herself not to overthink it. She was 27, living alone for the first time, and her imagination had always been her worst enemy. She kept telling herself, it's just an old house, until the footsteps started. Soft, dragging footsteps that seemed to move slowly across the ceiling. At first, she laughed it off nervously. Must be rats. But the weight of the sound, no rat made the wood bend like that. No rat could pause, hesitate, and then continue walking, as though careful not to be heard. She lay frozen under her blanket, listening, her eyes wide in the dark. The sound stopped. Silence pressed against her ears. Then something even worse, the faint sound of breathing. Long, steady, deliberate. She told herself it had to be her own breath echoing in her panic. But when she held her breath, the other one kept going. The next morning, she called her best friend, Chelsea. "You're not going to believe this, but I swear, something's living up there." Chelsea chuckled. "Girl, you've been binging too many horror podcasts. It's squirrels or raccoons. Relax." But Hannah wasn't convinced. She bought mouse traps, set them in the attic, even sprinkled flour across the floorboards so she could see footprints. The next day, the traps were untouched. The flour was smooth, untouched, and yet the noises continued. One night, she woke up to the unmistakable sound of a whisper. Not words, just a dry, hushed sound, like lips dragging across each other without voice. It came from the ceiling. Hannah sat upright, clutching her phone, her heart slamming against her ribs. The whisper grew louder, closer, and then it stopped. She forced herself to get out of bed, trembling, her phone light quivering across the walls. She climbed the narrow hallway ladder into the attic. Her flashlight beam cut through the dust and insulation. Nothing. No footprints. No animals. No movement. But as she was about to climb back down, her light caught something in the far corner of the attic. A folded blanket, and next to it a half-empty bottle of water. Her blood froze. Someone had been living there. She stumbled back down the ladder, slammed the hatch shut, and called the police. They searched the attic, the whole house, every nook and cranny. Nothing. The officers gave her a sympathetic look. "Ma'am, there's no one here. Probably left a long time ago. Just stay alert." But Hannah knew better. That night, she lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, and the footsteps came back. Only this time, they stopped directly above her bed. She didn't move, couldn't move. The air felt suffocating, heavy with dread. Then came the scrape. A slow, deliberate dragging sound, like fingernails or something metallic being pulled across the wood. She dialed Chelsea with trembling hands. Pick up. Chelsea finally answered, groggy. Hannah whispered, "There's someone in my ceiling." Chelsea sighed. "We've been through this. It's an animal." "No." Hannah's voice cracked. "I found their blanket, their water bottle. They're right above me right now." The footsteps started again, moving quickly this time, darting across the ceiling, circling her room. Then, silence. Hannah crept toward the door, but every step she took was followed by thumps above, as though the intruder was mirroring her movements. She bolted, out the house, into the street, sobbing. Police searched again. This time they found wrappers, cans, and a notebook of messy scribbles, but no person. Days passed. Hannah dragged her mattress to the living room, thinking the light of the TV would keep her safe. For a while it worked, until one night she woke up to see a face, pressed against the vent, watching. She screamed, boarded the vents, changed the locks, and nailed the attic shut. But at 2:15 a.m., the breathing came back, not from above, from under her bed. A voice rasped, "Don't leave." And later, taped under her mattress, she found a Polaroid, her, sleeping. Dozens more hidden in the walls. proof that someone had been crawling through the house, watching her every moment.